All right. Give me just a second, you guys. I am trying to find my tab here. My little live tabby thing. You guys are on here. Give me just 1 minute. Ah, here we are. Finally popped up. Okay. Have it muted already? Yes. All right, what's going on, you guys? Give me, sorry. Is my sound good? Can everybody hear me? Oh my God, why do I keep hitting that? Everybody hear me good? Good, good. Are we good? Sorry, my internet's just being a little wonky right now. So give me 1 second. Why is it nothing ever wants to work when I want it to work? All right, that's just gonna have to. Okay. So let's go ahead and address the elephant in the room really fast. My hair is orange. There is nothing wrong with your screen. My hair is orange, okay? Long story short, basically, I wear glasses, probably not when I should, and I tried something different, and I think I grabbed the wrong box. All right, it happened. So I gotta let it vibe for a second, and then I will attempt to fix it. So it is what it is. We're just gonna deal with it being orange for a little bit. All right. So before I get started, the couple things that I want to say is we have a lot to talk about in this. I want to kind of try to speed through this as fast as I can, and I will definitely take questions at the end, so just kind of bear with me. I just don't want to like lose my place and have to go back. So if you guys, you know, kind of join in midway through, it's cool. I will leave this up. It's going to be left up. No worries. All right. So, no worries there. Also, shout out to my moderator, Miss Sunshine, aka one of my very best friends, Michelle. If she's answering questions, I kind of have already talked to her. She's been with me through this journey the entire time, so she very much knows. Oh, and there's Debbie, my other mod, who's going to be holding it down. So shout out to the mods. They hold it down. They, you know, obviously are watching this all the way through. So if you guys have questions and they're answering the questions for those reasons, just to kind of help me out, basically. They're here to help me out, and I definitely appreciate them. So just to let you guys know if they're answering questions, because I had somebody ask one time, like, why is she answering? That's why they're answering, because they're helping me hold it down. All right, so shout out to them. I would not be able to do this without them at all. Secondly, keep it clean and classy in the, you know, comment section. I know you guys that are here right now, I don't have to tell you that, but you know, I don't care what other channels do. We want to try to be respectful. Just that way, if new people are joining on, that way they feel nice and comfortable and all of that kind of stuff. You know what I mean? We don't want to like make somebody feel uncomfortable down in the comment section and that kind of thing. So, you know, they don't like deleting comments no more than anybody else does. So just keep it clean and classy, you guys. All right. So let's talk. We have a lot, as I said, to talk about with Mandy and what is going on with her. So I kind of want to talk about some videos that have gone up, what I think happened, what's kind of going on behind the scenes, where Mandy is at and everything. She does know that I am doing this live. So, all right, let's go ahead and get into it. So the first thing, obviously, because we're not going to be petty on this channel, I'm just going to say channel names here, okay? I know other channels are saying Alex or this person's name instead of saying the channel names. They're newer to YouTube. They may not know that it's petty. They may know that it's petty. I don't really care. I'm not going to speculate. It is petty to do, so we're not going to do that here. So Radiant Brit, and I think her name is Gypsy Flower is the channel name. Her actual name is Cassandra, but I think it's Gypsy Flower. Am I right about that, Michelle? Is it Gypsy Flower? Is that the name of the channel? I'm sorry. I didn't actually catch these videos. I'm just kind of catching the aftermath of everything. So from what I understand, Gypsy Flower did a video, kind of like an interview, and from what I understand, this interview took place prior to me going down there with Mandy and all of this. Like it's been, I guess, in the works for quite some time from what I understand. And Wildflower Gypsy, thank you, Wildflower Gypsy, that's what it is. I'm sorry, I said it backwards. Wildflower Gypsy. Okay, so Wildflower Gypsy, aka Cassandra, reached out to Mandy to do this interview video style with her, and you know, I don't exactly, again, I didn't get time, I have not had time to watch it, you guys, but apparently during this video there was some questions about the animals that were brought up in these videos. Now, obviously, her videos, because I guess of how long, I'm sorry, I feel like I got like a hair or something poking me. So if you see me going like that, I feel like I got a hair somewhere. So apparently when these videos went up, it was after my videos went up, but they were done prior to my videos from what I'm understanding. And there was some concern about the animals that she had brought up. Now, let me say this, and I'm saying this about both Wildflower Gypsy and Radiant Brit, okay? They are newer YouTubers. They have not been around the circuit as long as I have. From what I understand, Radiant Brit just kind of, you know, came into her channel and kind of took off doing videos about Without a Crystal Ball or something. And from what I saw of Wildflower Gypsy, she's a newer channel too. So understand something about newer channels. They don't really understand the way that YouTube works. And when I say the way YouTube works, I mean like as far as like the troll side of it and like the aftermath and what can happen when you do certain videos. It's things that you just learn with experience, okay? It's things that I've had to learn the hard way. We all have to learn the hard way, okay? So, 2 ads count was watching. They all help. No, all ads help. Just to throw that out there. All ads help. It's just, you know, you get paid the most on the first 2 because that's a majority of the ones that everybody watches. I just wanted to, they all count. All ads count, but just to let you know, it's normally just that first percentage. Sorry, I should not look at comments. I'm just going to turn that away. Okay, so, because I'm going to get off track. So anyways, the way this works is when you do a video, if you don't word things a certain way, if you don't think about the cause and effect and the consequences that can happen when you do that video, you know, because people are very passionate about certain things, whether it be an animal, whether it be about a subscription box, whether it be about a makeup product or a makeup owner, people can become very passionate. And right now, with everything going on with Miss Rona, and the fact that people are working from home now, they're stuck inside a lot more often, and they're on social media a lot more frequently. You know, this is kind of their outlet, and they're looking for a way to kind of, you know, latch on to something and kind of go off on it. You know what I mean? Because they have all this like built up like aggression from their own things that are going on in their lives, you know, whatever they're not happy about in their lives. And I'm not saying that this is everyone, but this is the case for some people, you know what I'm saying? So I don't think when Wildflower Gypsy necessarily did her video, I don't think she thought about, you know, oh, that this person's going to do a video and then these people are going to, you know, go off and this person's going to make phone calls. You know, I don't think she thought about all that. And I said, and you can ask Michelle, you can ask the people that I talked to the day I found out that she was doing these videos. I literally said, this is not going to help Mandy. Because I knew it wasn't going to help her. I knew it was going to hurt her. Even if, like, the video went without a hitch and let's say the animal stuff wasn't brought up, somebody was going to find something to latch onto and to go off about. That's just the way these types of situations work, especially when it's really volatile situations. And then, of course, Radiant Brit, you know, she's looking for a reason to kind of go off and something to latch onto so that she can make her videos. And I don't think necessarily she thought, you know, because right now people are blaming her for animal control being called. They're saying she did it, and she very well may have done it. Let me say this. Animal control, I spoke with the a couple of the places because there was multiple places that were called in this county. There were multiple places that were called. There were multiple calls into the deputy. So whether or not Radiant Brit did or did not make those calls is kind of irrelevant at this point. There were multiple ones made, and they were made because of her video and because of this other video. And again, I'm not saying that they made the videos so that the calls would be made, but again, that's that cause and effect thing, and you don't think about the consequences of your videos when you post them, and you don't think about the passion that subscribers have towards these subject areas. And you know, it's a learning experience. It's just going to have to be a learning experience for them. And I feel like Radiant Brit is kind of learning a little bit of that now, because now people are coming for her just as people came after Mandy and everyone else because of the videos that she did. Like, that's just the cause and effect and consequences of putting out videos in these, you know, volatile subject areas where people, you know, are super, you know, attached, and they're looking for a reason to explode and go off. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not saying, again, that everybody is looking, but there are for sure a small group that I know of for sure that is looking for a reason to go off in this Mandy situation, for sure. Like, that's for sure. They're just looking for a reason. So, you know, all they basically need is for you to give them a reason. So I don't want to point fingers. I don't want to point blames. I don't want to do any of that. What I do want to do is come here and say, for future reference, any YouTuber, I feel like, that is going to make a video about Mandy, I've said this in multiple videos now, and I will say it again, please reach out to me, because there is so much going on behind the scenes, and there is so much going on with some of these trolls that the water is very muddy right now. It is muddied like nobody's business, okay? And there's a lot of untruths being spread as truth. There's a lot of lies being put out. There's a lot, okay? So, again, I just ask that in the future, any, you know, there has been a channel. There's been one channel that did, in fact, reach out to me, and exactly what she asked me for, I provided it to her. And I actually linked that channel on my community page, because even though I didn't agree with her opinion and everything she had to say, I have mass respect for any channel trying to find the truth and having enough respect from channel to reach out and do that. I have mass respect for any channel that does this. All right, so apparently the deputies went out there. I want to be very clear when I say this. There was no animal cruelty found, okay? I know from what I understand in Radiant Brit's video, she like read off, sorry, there's like a fuzzy in there. She like read off WebMD or DogMD or something. I don't know. I don't really care at this point. It's a moot point. But basically, she read a list of things that can happen if animals, I guess, read or breathe in and inhale kerosene. The problem with all of this is I feel like it's kind of, again, a moot point, because right now in the area that we live in, it's been warm out. Like it's honestly been in the 60s. It was 69 today. You know what I mean? As Mandy showed in her video, she does vent it out. She does have a screen. Those screens were there when I was there. They were just kind of flipped over to the side, so you guys didn't see them in the clip. And the dog was there. There were, I think, 2 cats there, and I think now she has a 3rd cat, but it's just a stray cat that was in the area that she just kind of lets in and feeds and stuff. So, you know, and she's kind of like trying to nurse back to health a little bit, because I guess it was underfed. But from what I understand, there was a dog, and when I went there and asked her about the dog, and again, when I went there, this wasn't even a concern, you guys. Like, these animals, nobody had brought up to me any questions about animal cruelty. Even after my first video and my second video, there were no questions of animal cruelty. None of this arose until this Wildflower Gypsies video went up. And then it was like all of a sudden, oh, we found something new to latch onto, which is what I kind of find really crazy about this entire situation, because out of the hundreds of emails that I was sent about questions, and things to look into about the situation, nothing had anything brought up about the animals, about, a question of animal cruelty going on. Nevertheless, the deputies went out there. They didn't find any animal cruelty. So I feel like, as, somebody else said in a comment, like, it's kind of case closed at that point. Like, there's, when I went there, and as I said, and I think I still have the receipt somewhere around here, but she got, when that $40 was sent to me by Tira's sister, I mean, like I said, she got cat food, she got no, she didn't get cat food. She already had cat food. She got cat litter, she got dog food. I mean, she was more worried about taking care of those animals when I was there. When I asked her about the dog, she said that the dog, she was babysitting it for somebody, and then they basically couldn't take the dog back for whatever reason, and asked her just to hold on to him. So, he's just a smaller puppy. I'm not for sure. He looks like a mixed breed of sorts. And yeah, so apparently, that's that. Now, let me say this. And I don't want to say this, but I'm going to say it because it basically kind of needs to be discussed or brought up here. I feel like, where she's at right now is a temporary situation, okay? This week, tomorrow, we got all the paperwork for her to take her driver's license temp test. She is going tomorrow to do that. So let's, everybody say a prayer that she passes her temp test the first go round. It's on the computer. It's not a fun test, but not at all. I came very close to failing mine. But yeah, so she's doing her temp test tomorrow. If she doesn't get her temps, then she will be, I told her just to go ahead and get her ID, because she can retake the temp test the following week, but we need her ID right now. The reason being is because we found 2 income-based housing places that she is currently applying to, okay? So one of these income-based housing places accepts animals. The other one does not. So depending on where we can get her at, she might be able to take these animals with her. And then, okay, we're done. If she can't take the animals with her, then that's going to be ultimately, a decision that she's going to have to make. I can't make that for her. You guys can't make that for her. Obviously, she's going to have to make that decision. I would hope that, obviously she would do what's in the best interest for her and her family, and maybe we can find a rehome for these animals. But at this current situation, I feel like, because it's warmer outside, I mean, the dog was out running around outside when I was there. I mean, they get plenty of exercise. I mean, there's like a whole empty lot right there. So, she's got help. One of the shelters that I spoke to that went down and visited with her to investigate the animal cruelty claims and did not find any, said they would be more than happy to help her with expenses as far as the animals go. If the animals need to be rehomed later, they would help her with that. If she gets into an apartment that does accept the animals, they would help her with all of that. So, at this point in time, I feel like, again, it's kind of like a moot point. It's like a done deal. You know what I'm saying? Of course, we all want to see, what's best for everyone, her, the animals, everyone, you know what I'm saying? But, that's where we are with that situation. Also, HUD application opened up. So I had her go ahead and apply. There is a link that you can apply online. Thank you to the person that was keeping an eye on that for me. She emailed me. Actually, I got an email and a DM about it. And, I mean, it opened up I guess it was last Friday or the Friday before. As soon as it opened up, I got a message, and then they had alerted me too. So anyways, literally as soon as it opened, we sent it to her. Now the problem is, because her sons are under the age of 18, obviously people that have kids under 18 will take precedence on that list over top of her, but I told her to go ahead and apply on that list just to get on the list, because she may sit on that list for a year or two before she can actually get moved over into and get Section 8 housing. But in the meantime, we'll get her in one of these income-based apartments, and I found out that she can use her current YouTube income for these income-based housings. So she had to call and make an appointment for that. She has to have an ID. So again, she's going to get her temp test tomorrow. She's doing that. So if she doesn't pass the temp test, she'll be getting an ID. If she does pass the temp test, then awesome. They will print out a piece of paper, and then they actually mail you your ID here in Ohio. And then, but it's kind of irrelevant, because like the paper she can use as a ID, and then literally I told her we'll schedule your test, like, because usually after you take your temp test, we can schedule her driving test a week later, and I told her she can use my car, because you have to have a driver over the age of 21, the car has to be insured, and then it has to the vehicle has to be able to pass inspection. So you know, sorry, like somebody wrote in caps, thank you, Tira. So yeah, we've gotten a lot, you guys. Somebody has a van for her. Now, there was an issue with the van. It needed a new battery. She did already replace the battery, and then the battery cables were loose, so they went ahead and fixed that. Everything is ready to go. We're just waiting on her to get her temps. As soon as she gets her temps, then we can schedule her driver's license test. If she doesn't get her temps tomorrow, like if she fails the computer test, she can take it literally until she passes it. But I just told her, just go ahead and get your ID. I know initially I said I think it was a waste of money, but because we need it right now for these income-based housings, for her to fill out the application and go to those appointments, I'm like, okay, you know what? Just get your ID. You know, hopefully everybody just say a prayer that she just passes her temp test, because if she can just pass her temp test, then we can schedule her driver's test next week and we'll be good. So, so yeah, hopefully she passes it. If not, either way, we need the ID for the income-based housing places. So those appointments are ready. She already filled out for the HUD application, so she's going to be on the list for that. Again, it takes time. Sometimes you can sit on the list for a year or two. It just depends, because people with children will take precedence over her. So either way, she's on the list, okay? So, furniture for her apartment, we have, I don't know everything that we have. I will be concocting a list basically once we get an apartment. And let me go ahead and tell you guys this. Hang on. And I'm sorry, I like absolutely skipped this. Let me just take a moment real fast to say thank you all. Like, holy crap, you guys. None of this would have ever been possible without you all. And that's no joke. I have never, and I'm like getting goosebumps even saying it, because I have never seen a community come together and get as much accomplished as what you guys have done. It's just mind-blowing. It's mind-blowing. And I'm getting ready to tell you exactly, oh my God. Remind me tomorrow. Stupid update. Okay, let me type in my password here. Okay, so donations. Right now, currently, I'm waiting for PayPal. We are at $1,595.88, you guys. $1,595.88. So, with that said, we are good on donations right now. I never asked you guys for a dime. I literally said from video 1, like, I did not think it was just monetary donations that she needed. Like, she needed all of this other stuff on this list right here that we're getting ready to go through. but somehow you guys decided to do this anyways. Some of you, it was $10. Some of you, it was $20. Somebody did $900 last Friday, you guys. So as I said to everyone, I have it all right here accounted for, every dime. You all will see it in action. And if, you know, if something happens, God forbid, I will be in reimbursing every single one of you guys. So I know who donated what. It's all right here, line for line, okay? So, but as of right now, I feel like we're good. I mean, we're so good, you guys. Like, if she gets this income-based housing, we can literally, I mean, this is enough to cover her insurance for a few months on the van if she can get her license. This is enough to cover her rent and her utility deposits and stuff for a couple of months. So, like, I think we're, like, totally good here. Like, totally good. And I'm amazed. And I can't thank you guys enough. Like, you guys are amazing. Yes, Brooke Amber, she's the one donating van. She put a new battery in the van. They fixed the cables. She's literally just holding it, waiting for me to give her the go-ahead. And then we're gonna get insurance on it and get it down here. She's not too far away. So you guys have been amazing, absolutely amazing. So yeah, right now, also we got her a counselor. Somebody offered and is donating their counseling services when Mandy gets settled. They donated, I mean, like, their counseling services once a week. Also, a job and a life coach donated her services. She has already sent me over like job application tips and things like that. And she, you know, I actually will be getting her connected with Mandy here very soon. Me and her have kind of been emailing back and forth. And then she also, oops, I'm sorry, I'm not supposed to say that. But she's doing amazing things, and her and Mandy are going to be getting hooked up so that, you know, hopefully she can help Mandy with, like, budgeting and things like that. So, again, like, you guys, this is amazing. So, at this point in time, this is on Mandy. As I said from the get-go, this is on her. We have a list of things. She just has to go through the list and do the stuff, okay? If she does the stuff, here's the money. It's sitting right here. We're going to get her apartment taken care of. We're going to get her her deposit taken care of for her electric, her insurance, all of that. It's, we have it right here. She just has to do it. She has to go and fill out these applications. She did fill out the job application. Like I said, she's taking the temp test tomorrow. And then she has to go in after she gets her ID. She has to call, because she already called the income place, but you have to have an ID. And then she has to take her her Google W-9 form and all of that. So this is good things, you guys. These are all really good things. But at this point in time, it's literally up to her. It's up to her. She, like, you know, like I told her, you know, you're a grown woman. At the end of the day, you have to make whatever decisions is best for you and your family. And, you know, we're here for you. We have these, you know, resources available for you. You just have to take them. You know, at this point, she has to go through the red tape and take them. So, I really hope and pray to God that she shows everyone what she is made of, and that this story has a happy ending. I really, really do. But at the end of the day, as I told you guys, you know, if she doesn't, I'll be the first one on here to say it, and then I'll be refunding all of this. Because it's, you know, I'm definitely not keeping it. So you all know who you are, and I have you listed right here. I know some people said that they didn't want to be given shout outs and people knowing who donated what. So I'm not going to, you know, read the list. But so if you want to, somebody just asked, how do you donate? So again, we're totally good right now, you guys. I think if you still want to donate, you can definitely go over to Mandy's channel. I have not linked Mandy's PayPal and Cash App stuff. The reason being is because I can't really be responsible for her stuff. The only thing I can be responsible for is my stuff. And I told you guys that I would be, held accountable for this stuff. Which at this time is $1,595.88. So, but with that said, I will, if you go back to any of the first 3 videos, my PayPal stuff is linked in there. I know somebody wanted me to do a Cash App, and I've been trying to do the Cash App, but I'm having a hard time with it, you guys. I'm not gonna lie. I don't, like, my daughter has one, and I'm having a hard time with it. So, and I don't know if I want to have like 2 separate things. You know what I mean? Does that make sense? Like, I like the PayPal because it's like accounted for, and I can just very easily cancel the transactions and reverse them, say if something was to go awry. You know what I'm saying? So, but this is amazing. I think I think what we're doing is absolutely amazing, and I cannot thank you guys enough. And now at this point, it is on Mandy. I'm sorry, I need a drink, you guys. I hate drinking stuff on videos, but sometimes when I've been talking for a minute, I gotta wet the whistle. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I think that's it. Does anybody have any questions? Hang on. Don't come in. Hold on. Let me get back over here. Okay. Oh, okay. What palette am I wearing? Sorry. Elf Retro Paradise. I love this palette. It's a great, like, little spree summertime video. Oh, speaking of that, I know a lot of people have been asking for, like, frequent updates, and not that I don't mind doing them, because I love giving you guys good news or what have you. But also, please understand, I do have to work on my own videos for my own channel, because I know, some people, aren't here for the Mandy story. Some people are here for subscription boxes and makeup reviews and things like that. So do just keep in mind, I'm trying very, very hard to keep a balance, you guys. And also the fact that, I do have things going on in my own personal life. It is March, and March is the month that we renew our lease here. So we're trying to decide if we want to lease here, because Cadence has only got 2 years left in school here. So we want to stay here at least for those 2 years. We'd like to stay here longer, but it's super expensive to live here. So we're trying to kind of figure out what we want to do. And if we do decide to release here, we have to have a walkthrough, because we lease this place through a realting company. So they do a walkthrough once a year. So we have to get prepared for that. And then plus, my kids are getting ready to go on spring break and stuff. So, I have a lot going on in my personal life, plus all the Mandy stuff, and all of that stuff. Okay, so I see some questions here. Let me scroll up. How does in withdraw money out of a PayPal bank account or ID? I don't have PayPal, so I'm curious. I'm not sure what you're asking, Steph. So PayPal, when you get a PayPal account, you can get, there's a bank card. There's like a little bank ID card, like a debit card, basically. It's got like a MasterCard logo on the back of it. So a couple of things. So basically because people have been donating. Okay. So I see what you're asking now. So people have been donating a couple of different ways. They've been donating to me, and then they've been donating to Mandy. So as far as the Mandy stuff, she's kind of doing her own thing with that stuff. That's what she's using tomorrow to do. Like I asked her, I actually offered to pay for an Uber using these funds, and also I can transfer money from my PayPal account over to her PayPal. So like I text her, and I literally said, hey, you know, do you want me to pay for an Uber? Just let me know what time you want to go. But she is getting a ride. She's like, no, save that for the apartment. And I'm just going to get a ride up there. So she does have a neighbor. The person who used to live across the street whose house burnt down, he's giving her a ride tomorrow. So she was like, save that money. And then, you know, I asked her same thing if you need money, but she said no, she was good with the donations that she got is what she's using to get her temps and stuff. And also, they have been working like a construction job, and it's like, it's only temporary. Like, I guess they have like a little work here and there. So she has been doing that to make some extra money on the side as well. So, she basically, this money right now, we're kind of trying to hold on to because she's going to have to pay a deposit, first and last month's rent when she gets accepted to this income-based housing. So even if it's only $50, it's going to be, you know, right, she would have to apply for, so she has her own PayPal account, and then so whenever you create your PayPal account, they give you a debit card. So she has a debit card to hers. I have a debit card to mine. I can transfer money from my PayPal account to her PayPal account and vice versa. You know what I'm saying? Does that make sense? Receive a card from PayPal without ID or bank account. Yeah, you can, when you create a PayPal account, you can request a debit card, basically. And the debit card is for any funds that is in the PayPal account. Does that answer it? Sorry. Yeah, it's basically, yeah, thank you, Megan Morgan. It's basically like a prepaid debit card, basically. So if you don't have any funds in your PayPal account, the card's worthless. If you have funds in your PayPal account, then you can swipe it. You know what I'm saying? So, so yeah, so that's pretty much how that works. Yeah, so I think, so when I first started my PayPal account, I did not have mine linked to my bank account. And I just requested a card because, like, when I very first started my PayPal account, I started it for, number one, when I had this channel, and number two, because I had my Rakuten money delivered over there. And so every 3 months, Rakuten deposits whatever, you know, cash back I get onto that PayPal account because I just get it faster that way. I used to get checks, but now they just put it on my PayPal. But nevertheless, yeah, so there's like a place you can go into your wallet or something and request a card, and they just send you, it just looks just like a debit card. It's got like a MasterCard logo on it or whatever. And like I said, whatever funds is in your, God damn, sorry, that is driving me bonkers, you guys. So yeah, whatever funds you have in your account, is what you can basically use on that card. Debit card from PayPal. She has money or PayPal. Yeah. Or you can transfer, or if you have a bank account, yeah, you can transfer. Exactly what Sunshine said. Okay. Oh, okay. So I saw something about Mandy lying. So listen, I know there has been a lot of questions about things that Mandy has done. Let me say this. There has been, I do think that, and I've said this several times, I do think that Mandy does need to speak on some things, for sure. I think we all can kind of agree on that. At this point, though, I'm going to say this, and I said this to somebody the other day. I feel like some of it, though, is a moot point at this juncture in time. Like I feel like it's almost like, okay, I don't, like, because obviously I wasn't here for all of the crap that's happened over the last year and a half. Not to say that, again, she shouldn't, you know, answer some questions on it, because absolutely she should. But I am more worried about getting XYZ done. You know what I'm saying? And that's what I'm worried about, you know? Now, with that said, again, I do think she does need to answer some questions. And what my plan is, once we get through this little list that I have here, I wanted to sit down with her and, like, have a conversation with her, kind of like me and me, heart to heart, like, hey, let's talk about this. I kind of feel like, you know, people, you know, kind of need answers on some of these things that, you know, questions that have been circulating and that people have been asking for a while. But I feel like right now, you know, this is a lot. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a lot. And, you know, And I know the other thing that people have been like asking me questions, and some questions I have the answers to, some questions I don't have the answer to, you know, and I need to ask her about. So as I've told you guys, I have a list. I have a list. That's no joke, okay? And I plan on asking her that list. But at this point, you know, some of it's like stuff that happened like 6 months ago, 7 months ago. Some of it's stuff that didn't even really happen. It's just rumors that people started, come to find out. You know what I mean? So and that's the other thing. I've kind of been sorting through, let's just say, the BS, okay? Because that's kind of what some of it is. Not saying all of it, but some of it is BS. And, you know, I feel like because one thing happened here, then it started another thing here and another thing here and another thing here. And then this person added their 2 cents in and that person. And as I've been kind of sorting through all of this, which by the way has taken up a lot of time, you know, I'm finding a lot of dead ends. And it's almost like Steve said the other day, he's like, it's almost like I have to get one of those like police whiteboards and literally link a yarn. You know, okay, so this goes to here, and this goes to here, and this goes to here. And I'm telling you, like, the yarn kind of all keeps going back to the same peoples. You know what I mean? So, I'm like, you know, I've already said it at the beginning. Like, I feel like that there are just some people that are looking for a reason right now. And that's fine. You know, I feel like there are also others though that, you know, feel like maybe that Mandy did gyp them over in a way, or did scam them, so to speak, you know, because they donated $100 for this reason and she didn't use that money for the reason that she said. And, you know, I feel like until I sit down and ask her those questions, we're not really obviously ever going to know the truth and what all took place there. But it very well may have been a situation where, like, say, you know, and I'm just throwing it out here. This is just an example. This is not something that actually happened. But let's just say that Mandy asked for help. Say her son fell and broke his leg, okay? And she said, you know, he fell and broke his leg. You know, the hospital bill is $700, right? And people donated money, but it only came to like $250, right? So instead of her spending the $250 on that hospital bill because she didn't actually have $700 to cover it, you know, she just used the $250 to pay for, you know, their next week of groceries or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like, again, this is just an example. This is not something that actually took place. And this is why I say, like, I feel like, you know, sitting down and making her answer for every tiny little dime, I don't see what the reasoning for that is if we can just get her out of this situation and move her on. You know what I mean? Like, if we can just get her into a place and move on, you know, and then sit her down and say, okay, so what really happened here? What really happened, you know, on this day? What did you really do with this money? You know what I mean? I feel like that would be a much better environment, you know, and way to kind of approach the situation, because at this point, it's like, even if she answers the questions tomorrow, even if she hops on tomorrow and says, yeah, I didn't really use the money for this, I used it for this, it's not going to get the money back. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. Maybe it's just me, and maybe I'm naive and stupid. I don't know. I'm just saying that I just want to get her out of this situation. And I don't feel like adding a lot of stress on right now about things that really aren't as important as getting her out of these situations. Now, with that said, as I've told Mandy, everybody's not going to stop until one of two things. Either A, she gets out of this situation, or B, you know, she kind of admits to everybody, okay, I can't do it, blah, blah, blah. You know, I'm just not going to ask for money on YouTube anymore. You know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, her, I guess panhandling would be the word on YouTube, I feel like is over. I feel like that day has come to an end. You know what I mean? this is do or die time. You know, either A, she takes this help and let's get her the heck out of here, or B, you know, it's done. You know what I mean? Like it's do or die. This is where we're at, you know. So hopefully she just takes this help and we can all have a happy ending. Sorry, I just heard my I just heard myself echoing. I think Steve's watching the live in the other room. So yeah, hopefully she just takes this help. I really, really hope she takes this help. And then, you know, it would kind of put everything to bed, I feel like. And because I feel like even the people that want answers for some of these questions, at the end of the day, want her to get help too. You know, and if she can sit down and meet with this counselor and this job life coach and have a place and learn how to budget her money and all of these things, you know, I think that would be fantastic. But again, at the end of the day, it's on her. You know what I mean? She has to do this. At this point, nobody could do this for her. You know what I mean? So it's, it is what it is. We just have to leave it in basically Mandy. And if you are a person that believes in the good Lord above, then the good Lord above, you know, it's kind of in their hands now. And, I know I'm going to be definitely saying my prayers tonight, hoping that she passes this temp test, because it would make all of our lives a lot easier. So she doesn't have to go up there and retake the test, and we don't have to spend an extra $27 on an ID. But nevertheless, you know, hopefully she hops online and studies, because I know that test threw me off. I had like, I think 2 questions away. I was 2 questions away, because you have to answer 40 questions correct, I think. So, and then if you miss, I want to say 9 questions before you answer 40 correct. If you miss 9, you automatically fail. So, I don't know. I had to take mine a few months ago, and it was not fun. So, Ohio's test is a little wonky. There is like some weird questions on there for sure. I will say Kentucky's driver's license test was a lot easier. Without a doubt. So, theirs I passed with flying colors. Ohio's, I was like right on the hair of my chinny chin chin. You know what I'm saying? So anyways, let me scroll here and see if there's any other questions that I see. And then I'm going to hop off here because, oh, I guess it might help if I turn my mouse on. Michigan's tough too. Yeah, it's no fun. I hate that stuff. I will pray for her. I'm going to split that she is going to pass this. Yeah, I hope she passes this too. So, you know, failed for not. Oh, Florida asking snow questions. You know what's funny? They didn't ask any snow questions on this test. It was mainly like on the Ohio test, it was questions like, you know, like the DUI, like percentage, you know what I mean? Like, you know, if you blew into the thing, you know, and the thing that sucked is Kentucky and Ohio's is a little different. So that was one of the questions I missed. And, you know, I don't drink, so I don't really know what the legal limit is or isn't. It's not something, because I don't drink. So, I mean, I like rarely, you guys have seen, rarely drink a glass of wine. And if I do that, I'm like out of my mind. You know what I mean? So, yeah, it's just, not, yeah, Kentucky's was super easy, and Kentucky's was on paper too, so that made my life a lot easier. Yeah, oh, and just to let you guys know too, real fast, if you go back and watch this, after it's done, give it a minute and let YouTube process it, because while they are processing it, they put commercials in every like 1.5 to 2 minutes or something, which is annoying. As soon as they get done processing it, I go back in and delete all of those extra commercials. But for that first, you know, whatever, 30 minutes or what have you that they're processing it, I can't make any changes to it. So it's like, you know, YouTube's trying to make their money too, basically. So give it a second after this goes up. Does Ohio still ask the legal tread depth for the tire question? They did a 93. No, they didn't ask that. They did ask this one weird question though. And it was a question about railroad tracks, and it had like, it was weird. It was very weird. It didn't make any sense. It did not make any sense. It was something about when you pull up to the railroad tracks, like what has to stop and what doesn't have a stop. And I swear to God, the answer to the question was a house. House. I missed it. I missed the answer, or missed the question. So after you miss it, it highlights, and I just remember like thinking, a house? What the hell? You know what I mean? Like, how is that the answer? That was the answer to the question, okay? It was something about railroad tracks and what, like a trailer crossing the railroad tracks or something, what it's hauling, what it doesn't have to stop with. And I swear the answer was a house, literally a house. That was the answer. So I don't know. It was very weird. Somebody asked, can a YouTuber pick the amount of commercials they want, or that's out of your hands? So the only thing we get to do, as far as commercials go, is like, say, this is my video right here, right? I can literally click where I want the commercials. So say I want it like 3 minutes in, 5 minutes in, you know, or I want this commercial. But what kind of commercials, how many goes in that little yellow tick, I got no say-so over. No say-so at all. They could put 2 commercials in that little yellow tick. They could put 3. They could put 1. They could put a clickable. They could put a non-clickable. I have no say-so at all. So, yes, I will let you guys know if she passes her test. I will put it in my community tab. As soon as I know, you guys will know. And I'm sure if she does pass it, she's going to be super happy. So I'm sure she'll probably say something on her channel too, because I know she was a little nervous. Okay, off topic, but Alex, I don't hate that hair color on you. I actually like it. Comes off nice on camera. Thank you, but it's still going. as soon as I can. I just don't know if I'm gonna have time to do it this weekend. I deserve it. You know what's funny, Hundo? I just came back from vacation. Like, this is like, I went on vacation and I came back, and this is kind of what I came back and stepped in, and we're just rolling with it. You know, it's 2021. We're just doing it, man. We're just doing it. So, Nikki, she says she needs a vacation. One day we'll be financially stable again. Hey, you know, Nikki, listen, we're not financially stable, and we kind of lucked into one. Literally, we didn't have to pay for it. So, you know, say your prayers, and you'd be surprised what happens sometimes. I'm not joking, because we definitely couldn't afford to go on the one that we went to, and we really, really got lucky by being able to go. So, I count my blessings every day. So you never know. Wonderful Life, what is her channel? Are you talking about Mandy's channel? Self-Taught Beauty. Are you talking about Self-Taught Beauty's channel? Sorry. I just clicked on something. Oops, I didn't mean to click on that. What did I click on? No! Sunshine, I feel it. Okay. Okay. All right. You guys are kind of like conversating amongst yourselves. All right. So any other question for me before we hop off here, you guys? I want to make sure I get to everything. I'm sorry. I'm like having heartburn bad, which is crazy. I don't ever have heartburn, but I've had a heartburn the last couple of days. Okay. I think everybody's good. Everybody's good. We good? We good? Okay. All right, you guys. So I think we're good. I really do like appreciate everything, you guys. Like, holy cow, y'all. And this is no joke. I would not be able to do not even a quarter of what we have accomplished if it wasn't for you guys. So, like, just for real, thank you. Like, thank you. And I know she's got to be super thankful. And even if I'm thankful, I'm thanking you guys. Like, holy cow, amazing. When you went there. I actually did film, actually. So Bubsy Hun said, I did actually film talking to all of those people, but the problem is, I don't know where my thing is, but this is the first time I ever filmed with that camera. There was quite a few footage that I had to cut out of it because you couldn't hear it. Like, I don't know if you guys saw in that first video, but even parts of where Mandy was talking, like, you could hardly hear what she was saying. And that's because the wind was blowing like crazy that day. And I had a boom, like a little like wind boom on the mic, but I had never filmed with that camera ever before. And I didn't realize that the mic was like extremely directional. And I had it like kind of pointing here. Let me see. Hang on. Okay. So this is the thing, the microphone. So the way it works is you slide it in here. And so see how movable that is? So if you have it just a little bit this way, right, like that, then it's not catching this person that you're like pointing the camera at. And so I'm like looking like this. And when I did, I hit this, you know what I mean? Because it's plugged over here. And if you pull on it, see how you pull on that and it points? Again, and that was my bad because I never filmed with this camera before. And I'm still trying to learn on it, but that was completely my bad. But there was quite a bit that I had to cut out of that video. Number one, for that reason, because I screwed up the microphone and I didn't know how directional the camera, the mic was on the camera. And number two, because the video honestly would have been like 2 hours long. And the thing is I didn't realize, you know, keep in mind, and I've said this before in many videos, like I didn't realize, how many questions there were and how much of all of this, you know, like where people were like not like thinking that she was this huge liar. I thought the big question was, is she living in a shed? You know what I'm saying? And like, is she living on this shed? And then, oh my gosh. There was like the thing about the map ordeal. And whether or not there was a blue house there on this map, because apparently somebody held up like a picture of like a 2016 map, and it wasn't really, I guess there's no blue house there. Like I showed you guys like a whole 360. So I don't even know like if there ever was a blue house there or if it is the house next door that got painted, because when I looked at the map after I went there and looked at the footage, it doesn't make sense. Like I don't understand the like Google Earth map thing. Like it just doesn't make sense at all. So anyways, nevertheless, yeah, so that's kind of what happened. That was completely my fault. So, okay. So anyways, I do appreciate everything, you guys. I'm going to hop off here. I've got a ton of stuff I got to do tonight, and I do have other videos coming. I do have, I got one, I was doing an experiment on the new KVD foundation stuff, which is pretty crazy. And then, we also have the Truly Beauty video coming, and then a lot more with this, of course. But again, I'm trying to make sure that I get my own videos in all of this as well. So just bear with me, you guys, because I can only usually get about 2 to 3 videos up a week just with our schedule right now. Now, the good news is the kids are getting ready to go on spring break. And after we do this little landlord walkthrough thing that I have to do, the landlord realtor, after he does this walkthrough, I will hopefully be able to catch up on some videos and pump some out for you guys. So, so as far as somebody asked, did Mandy get stimulus check from CARES Act from COVID? From what I understand, because I did send her the, I got her hooked up with a tax prep agent, and she did not reach out to her because apparently she said that they are getting the stimulus check, that they were good to get it. I don't know if, I know for sure she's getting it, but I don't know about the boys, if they are in fact getting it. So I will, Can't wait to sleep in next week, Brooks. So I don't know if she's getting it for the boys because I don't think they ever got it the first two. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't think they've ever worked before. But I think on this new stimulus, you can claim adults as dependents. I don't know. Like don't quote me on that. So but I do know for sure that she is getting it for herself. That I do know 100% for sure. So whether or not she has gotten it already, I don't know. I don't think so, but I do know she is and should get it. So for sure. So all right, you guys, I'm going to hop off here. Again, thank you guys for everything. I really do appreciate it. I will leave this up, and as soon as YouTube gets done processing it, I will go through and delete those extra commercials. I promise you it's not me. Like the only thing I can do is hit the live button. Okay. So, again, I do appreciate it. See you guys.